What's happening? What's going on? What is going on, people? How we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing today? I hope everybody had an awesome day today. Had a pretty good day myself. I want to start off by saying thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart, and those who came out and decided that they were going to be a part of, helping some kids who wouldn't have had a Christmas today. Thank you. No, seriously, thank you, because I don't think a lot of people understand how hard it is. That's one of the things that gets me when, people start talking about what this group of people do and this group of people do and this party does and this party don't do. I understand why we have a lot of these NGOs, these nonprofits. I understand, because to get people to do what the Bible says, it's literally like taking a camel and putting it through the eye of a needle. I'm not kidding you when I say this. But it's funny to me that we can turn a woman into a millionaire. Hold on. Let's make sure we understand what I'm about to say. To help children have a Merry Christmas, because that's what is. Hey, Big Vic, Merry Christmas to you also. I mean, we're all into this whole, we can't say Christmas anymore. You can't say Merry Christmas anymore. But if you're a Grinch on Christmas or before Christmas, of Christmas, what does it matter if we can say what does it matter if we can say Christmas anyway? If you're a Grinch, what does it matter if we can say Christmas anyway? That part I can never understand. People run around and, can't say Christmas anymore. Christmas, blah, blah, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. But you're a Grinch. Anyway, for those who did what you all did, and you know who you are, thank you. Appreciate you. But as I was going to say before, it's funny how we can make a lady rich because she called somebody a nigger. Literally, almost $1 million. Because she called a black a nigger. But the very thing we harp about, Christmas, can't come out your pocket for that. Those are facts. I know people hate it. People hate facts. They hate the truth. They do. I get people on my page all day fighting me on the truth, fighting me on facts, fighting me on what is true. Like I said, I do not post because I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid to post something on my page that I haven't researched or I don't know about, because I know how people work. I'll show you my grade. I got a B in my theology class. When I was going for my bachelor's, when I had my theater, I got a B. So I'm pretty good at tagging people and knowing these here, that here, and what other type of person. Let me see. Rob Ryan says none of them were, and that's another thing, real quick. People act like it is their job to police other people. It's their job to police other people. I say this here. Leave people the hell alone. especially when there ain't nobody bothering you. Robert Ryan got into this conversation that I was getting into with A.K. Camaro, because A.K. Camaro decided that he's going to get on a plane and talk about people who are wearing masks. Who gives a damn what the mask looks like as long as they putting something on their face to be safe? So Robert gets on here and runs off at the mouth. He said none of them was wearing N9. Who gives a damn if they was wearing N95 masks? They ain't bothering your ass. They ain't done a damn thing to you. But they get Robert and KK get all up in their ass. They get butthurt because somebody's wearing a damn mask. Who gives a damn? It's just like I tell them, I have to wear a mask, and like they act like they know why these people are wearing a mask. Because it's not an N95. Oh, there is no point in wearing the mask. Shut the hell up. Just shut the... Y'all, I'm having one of them days. I'm having one of these days where idiot people got on my nerves today. Seriously, idiots. And then you get people like Robert that wants to actually fight this type of shit. Shut up, dude. Seriously, just shut up. Shut the hell up. Period, point blank. Go do something. Go do something right. Go do something right. Go do something with your life other than worrying about who's wearing a damn mask when they get on a plane. Anytime I get on a plane, I had a mask on today. Oh, and it wasn't an N95. It was a normal cloth mask because I was in a room full of people. So I didn't wear an N95. It was a paper mask. When you get from the doctor. Shut the hell up. I'm just annoyed today with stupid, ignorant people. Jeez. I'm being dead serious, man. Ignorant. Leave people alone. The right is always looking for a reason to bitch about something. Because somebody gets on a plane and they don't have the mask on, they think that shut up. Shut up. Go find a hole and fall in the damn thing. Kick rocks. But shut up. Anyway, again, I just want to thank all of those who helped me do what was done today. You should have saw, and that's another thing. If I wish you guys could come down and watch these kids. Should have seen the faces on these kids. The Minneapolis Fire Department, they came by and had a big thing today. It was really, really awesome for these kids to do what was done for them. And you guys, like always, a few of you, I'm going to put it that way, a few of you, like always, have opened your heart and your wallet and your spirit and was like, we're going to help him do what he did. We're going to help him do what he did. And again, I thank you all for doing that. I appreciate you, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Because I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this without some of you. I just could not do it. I could not pull it off. Doesn't matter how much money my wife and I throw into this thing. What was done today, there's no way in the world I could have pulled this off. So, again, thank you. Thank you. Really, really deep down in my soul. Thank you. What did we, oh, shoot. What is that? Panda Express. Is it Panda Express? Or whatever the name of it. So, went to Coon Rapids. Two things that I saw tonight that kind of cracked me up. And I'm not bothering nobody. It's cool. But it just, people do what they want. That's what I always say. Do what you want. Do how you want. That's fine with me. What's going on, John? How you doing, my brother? So, we go up to Panda, what is it? Panda Express or something like that. It's a new Chinese joint that's in Coon Rapids. If I had to rate it, I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give their, like I told my wife, the egg rolls, they get a 0. The only great part about the that Panda Express, they have strawberry Fantana. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. That's the only thing that's good about the place. We spent all of that money and my wife barely ate hers. I didn't eat. I ate the little bitty chicken that they did give you. They give you a boatload of noodles, a boatload of rice, and then when it comes to like the main dish, you only get a little bit. And the place was packed, and I'm sitting there going, nah, I'm good. I'll go to my normal Chinese joint, and if I want fast food, I'll go to the other place that we've always went. But that Panda place is not what they chalked it up to be. Yeah, that's a scale from 1 to 10. 1 to 10. I gave it a 4. And then, like I said, I give the egg rolls, which I love egg rolls. I love egg rolls like you wouldn't believe. But I'll give the egg rolls a 0. That was nasty, John. Nasty egg rolls. Now, y'all may like it. Your palate may be different when it comes to Chinese food. Oh, John, I've been to Rose Garden. Been there many times. That's our spot. That's where we go and get our Chinese food. So you know what I'm talking about. I've been to the Rose Garden on many, many occasions. But I ain't going back to that Panda joint. Probably will never go back there. Food is just not good. Now again, that's just that's just me. Now, you may go there and you're going to get on here and say, Rev, I went there and that food was delicious. That's the best place that I've ever been in my life to eat Chinese food. Okay. I'm not trying to deter somebody not to go there. Go, enjoy it, have a good time. The wife and I just left there, a while ago. It wasn't good. But check this out. Check this out. So we're in there eating, and I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this to happen. Matter of fact, somebody owed me $5 because I made a $5 bet on this. I made a $5 bet on this. So we're in there eating, and in walks 4 white kids. And guess what they got on? Take a guess. Take a guess. And I know people are going to sit there and go, well, maybe they were skiing. No, not the way these kids were dressed. They were dressed just like the kids I see running around downtown, down there in South Minneapolis, and y'all know what I'm talking about. They had on those ski masks. They had I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. I told you. I said, you just wait. Y'all talking about these black kids walking around here with these ski masks on and everything. I said, just like the saggy pants. The black kids start sagging their pants, and who followed? Black kids start wearing these hoodies. Who followed? Black kids start wearing these ski masks. Not that white kids didn't go on the ski slope and wear these masks, but you ain't never seen them walking around going into places eating with these ski masks on as you've seen black kids doing it themselves. I thought that was pretty funny. Somebody owed me $5 because I made a bet. And I got to figure out who I made that bet with. But I know I made a $5 bet on these ski masks and these white kids doing it the same way black kids are doing. Because everything the black kids do, they usually follow. And that's what happened. And then on top of that, black dude drive up in a Jeep. All these, and I said it a while back. I go, I ain't never seen a black person driving a Jeep with ducks on their dash. Ain't never seen that. I saw it tonight. I saw it was that was like seeing a unicorn. All the Jeeps I've seen black people drive, they never had them ducks on it. This brother pulled up at the Panda Express with ducks. And I was like, oh, my goodness. I ain't seen this. Wow. Okay. But anyway, let's rip it up. So, well, what are we going to start? We're going to start with that Trinidadian. Should we start there? Because I got, hold on. Here you go. Hold on. I got this here for you. Oh, where did it go? Oh, I guess I don't, man. I had something for you, but it's gone now. Well, let's see if we can find it. Hold on one second. Oh, here it is. Hold on one second. Listen. Did I do the right thing? I always do that backwards. Hold on.
Let's be real about Nicki Minaj for a minute, y'all. She didn't just switch sides. She switched values. She switched loyalties. She switched on the very people who built her into a global icon. Because let's be crystal clear. Her fame was not born in MAGA rooms. It wasn't built on Turning Point USA stages. It did not come from Trump's America. Her empire was built in black spaces, in queer spaces, in communities that embraced her when mainstream America called her crude, classless, trashy, raunchy, and ghetto. And now she's tap dancing for the exact people who once despised her. Not because she grew, not because she thinks for herself, but because she saw a new lane to exploit. This is about aligning with a political machine she thinks will shield her from criticism and consequence. She wants the illusion of power more than the reality of accountability. This is the celebrity tradition of using black culture to rise, using queer culture to shine, then abandoning both when white conservative approval becomes more profitable. Nicki knows exactly who made her a superstar. Black girls who saw themselves in her hustle. Queer fans who built entire aesthetics around her music and persona. Communities who fought for her when mainstream America wanted absolutely nothing to do with her. And she repaid that loyalty by sitting beside people who legislate queer lives away, mock black struggle, and cheer policies built on exclusion and cruelty. That is not confusion. That is cynical opportunism. Nicki Minaj wants the benefits of blackness while cozying up to a movement built squarely on anti-blackness. She wants the money and brilliance of queer fans while performing for people who demonize those same fans as immoral. She wants to be queen of the barbs while dancing in rooms full of people who believe her fan base is everything wrong with America. Nicki Minaj didn't just switch sides, she switched currencies. And the currency she gave up was us, black people, queer people, the communities that carried her, crowned her, and kept her relevant long after the industry moved on. You cannot build your throne on blackness and queerness, then run to MAGA and expect the kingdom to follow. Nicki Minaj now stands as a cautionary tale. What happens when an artist sells out her people for applause from the very crowd that once booed her? The same crowd that called her ghetto, called her too sexual, called her a bad influence, called her fans degenerates, called her entire aesthetic a threat to American values. And now suddenly she's MAGA's cultural trophy.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Somebody asked me a question today. It's talking about why does it matter that Nicki Minaj is not an foundational Black American? Because like I said, most of the time, when a lot of these, Malcolm X warned us of years ago. Thank you very much, Shad. I was going to say the same thing, my brother. Yes, Malcolm X did warn us about these black celebrities that don't know what the hell they doing or how they doing. Now, MAGA is all happy. I seen somebody commented today, say, oh, look at them. They got Carly B, but we got Nicki Minaj. Let me just make sure y'all understand how this here thing works. Let me make sure you understand how this thing works. Nicki Minaj can't even vote in America. Did you know that? You didn't know that because you don't care. She can't even vote in America. But all of a sudden you sit there and go, we've got Nicki Minaj. Good. Keep her. Keep everything about the raunchy girl. Keep her. Ain't nobody hating on you. I seen somebody today talking about, oh, look at them. They just hating. No. Keep her. She's all yours. Because, you know, what's funny to me also is her brother. That her brother is exact type people Donald Trump said he was deporting from America. Her brother. Look it up. Look it up. Bad people. People who have committed crimes. Her brother. What happened to that? Oh, I ain't hear MAGA say nothing then. You think this woman is coming over to MAGA because that's who she is? Man, see, this is how I know MAGA Republicans, especially white Republicans, y'all can be played, I mean, like no other. Yes, you can. Y'all made Candace Owens rich. You did. You did. And now, because Candace is now attacking you, you're sitting there going, oh, well, she's crazy. Well, we did. But the more she was over here talking about black people, dumping on black people, making y'all feel good. Candace was everything to y'all. But the second Candace started going, this grift isn't working as well anymore. I've got to change up. What happened? Now Candace isn't all that in a bag of chips anymore. She's I see people calling her crazy and I don't listen to Candace no more. Why don't you listen to her anymore? Why? Candace is off the hook. Candace is this, all this stuff about Candace. But the more she said and hated on black folks, y'all love Candace to death. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. Y'all talked about this girl like she was anything but a cup of mud. Yes, you did. Y'all called her names. Y'all said she wasn't worth it. She's this and that. But all of a sudden, Miss Kirk bring her on stage, and now she's everything y'all ever loved about black folks. See, and that's the problem that I have on today. Just because a person is dark-skinned, darker than yours, don't ever think that they skin folks of mine. Nicki Minaj is Trinidad. She's from Trinidad. She was born in Trinidad. Her people of Trinidad. She's not a foundational black American. She's not an African American descendant of slaves. No, she's not. And that's the part y'all don't understand. You don't get that part. No matter how many times I've tried to explain it to you, not all skin folks are black folks. They just not. We don't see them at that. See, somebody like Nicki Minaj, the reason she can come over and play in your sandbox is because her people didn't go through what my people went through. She don't know the struggle, she don't know the pain, and she don't know the hurt. So because they don't know that, just like the Jamaicans. They don't have a clue. I was dealing with a bunch of Jamaicans a couple days ago. They don't have a clue what black folks went through. True black people of America went through during slavery. West Africans, all of them that come over here. The Somali, all of them that come over here. The Nigerian, any one of them that looks, that we got that, what's that black dude name that eats the food and act like a big ape? That's a Nigerian. That's not a black guy. It's not a black man. He's embarrassing to any dark-skinned person. That's embarrassing. But he can do that because that's what you like. Y'all have made that man successful by looking a fool, being a minstrel show. And the same thing with Nicki. Nicki ain't one of us. She's not. She may look it, and y'all may look at her and go, well, Rev, she's dark. She ain't. So if y'all want Nicki, y'all can have her. Be proud of what you got over there. Be happy, jump up and down. But if y'all think Nicki came over there because she's all about being mega, you out your mind. Nicki's trying to get her husband off, and Nicki's trying to get her brother off. That's what Nicki is doing over there. That's it. It ain't because she loved J.D. Vance. It ain't because she loved Donald Trump. It is not because she loved Mega. That has nothing to do with this. But because you guys, you, Mega, Republicans, can be fooled by anybody. I told y'all before. I told you. This is all I got. This little thing like this here. And I ain't trying to grow it. I ain't trying to be all this and all that. I'm not trying to be like a Tim Pool or anybody like that. But I had a chance. I did. I had a chance to be syndicated on a radio show 3 days a week. And all I had to do is talk about black men not being in their child's life. And if I look at some of the other black so-called conservative Republican influencers who y'all love, who y'all have, the Brandon Tatums, C.J. Pearson, if I would have went that route, I would have been making some money. All I had to do was step on my own people. All I had to do was talk about the black women, how bad it is in the black community. And I would have been paid for doing that. I would have been paid for doing that. I said no. I can't be a Nicki Minaj. I can't be a Larry Elders. I can't be a Candace Owens. I can't be a C.J. Pearson. I can't be what's his name? Jesse Lee Peterson. I can't be those people. See, because those people dog on the black community, but they don't never do anything for the black community. See, that's the difference. Like A.K. Kamara. I've shut him down. I told him, I don't ever want you to talk about the black community. Ever. If you look at him, he looks like he's a black man. But A.K. don't do a damn thing for the community. Nothing. Nothing. So AK ain't got a right to say a damn thing about the black community. Not at all. And if he do, I'm going to be on his ass. Same thing with Walter Hudson. Same thing with Lisa Demoth. Let them say something about the black community. I'm gonna be on their ass. If you're gonna come down and talk about the black community, I expect to see you somewhere on Broadway. We need to run into each other. And if we don't run into each other, shut the hell up. Don't say nothing. Don't say one word, because the minute you do, I'm in your ass. Nicki Minaj has decided that she sees a good grift. That she sees, and that's what it is. It's easy. It is easy. It is to grift. That's why Candace Owens left the Democrats, because the Democrats wasn't having it. But it is easy. Nicki Minaj, y'all hated Nicki. And all she had to do was to show up on stage with, what's his name? And now she's the best thing that ever happened to the GOP? It's that, no, it is that easy. It's in your face. They're showing you that. It's in your face. Go look at what the Republicans were saying about her a year and a half ago. People, a tiger don't change their stripes. They don't. No, they don't. They don't. Nicki is playing y'all. And y'all going to play right into her hands. You're going to put money in her pocket because she's going to say exactly what you want to hear. You already did it. You did it with Candace. Yes, you did. Look, I got the picture. I was in the room. I got the picture of me at the table. I got the picture of me talking to Candace face to face. I was in the room. I watched y'all treat this woman like she was the second coming of Santa Claus. Yes, you did. It happened in real time. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have been able to say this. But you did. There was a line so long to pay $20 just to take a picture with her. That line stretched. I didn't stand in line. I cut. Ask my wife. I got the picture to show you. I cut right in front, literally. In the picture, you can see everybody standing behind me, looking at me like, what is he doing? I wasn't standing in line, and I didn't pay. Oh, that's another thing. Didn't pay $20 either. Did not pay $20 either. But everybody else, all them white folks that was in that line, they paid $20 to take a picture with this girl. And when I say this line was long, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. This ballroom downtown Minneapolis was so big. It went down the hall, around the corner. There was a set of stairs. They were down the stairs, waiting to take a picture with her. Y'all made her rich because she said the right things about black people. So Nicki is all yours. Ain't nobody mad. So if y'all see that, y'all see people talking about, oh, they mad because we got Nick. No, we not. No. I know I ain't mad. Y'all can have her. Because we know what she's over there for. She ain't over there because she's MAGA. You don't have to be. Only thing you have to do is act stupid and say certain things, and y'all will eat it up. Watch what I say. I bet you $5. I bet you $5 y'all put her up on a pedestal. Want to bet? Oh, let's buy. I got $5. Who want that bet? Who want that bet? That's what I thought. Y'all know I'm right. Y'all know I'm right in what I'm saying right now. You know I'm right. That's what the problem is. People don't want the truth. They don't want the truth. I'll show you how people don't want the truth. So there's this bar down in Riverside, right? And if you haven't seen it, I put it on my page today because I wanted to get this out there. So this lady, I don't know where she's from, but she comes here to Minneapolis and she is talking about this bar. And she says that the bar is going out of business because there was a protest. What no damn protest. That's just a flat out lie. Okay. Let's talk about what really happened with this bar that's down in Cedar Riverside, people. So here's what cracks me up about all of this stuff, right? White folks brought the Somalians into Minneapolis. That's what happens. And I know y'all don't like pointing the fingers at your own. Y'all hate that. And you hate when people show you the truth about what y'all have done. Y'all did this. No, this ain't black folks. This ain't Mexicans. This ain't Hmongs, Japanese, Asians. None of these. These are white folks who did this. Correct? My numbers going to be starting going down in a second because all of a sudden when y'all realize that I'm right about something, y'all don't want to hear the truth. But this is the truth. How did they get here? White folks. So, watch this. True story, man. True story. So, white folks decided, let's put them in the black area. All right? Because those apartments, Cedar Riverside, was for black folks. All black folks lived down in Cedar Riverside, right? We called those, when black folks was down there, we kind of called them the slums. But that bar, watch this. When black folks was down there, that bar that they're talking about right now, white people would go to that bar. I've been to the bar a couple of times. And matter of fact, in 97, we went there to watch a band play. That very bar, I went to watch a band because I love live music. And it doesn't matter what type of music. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I grew up on Yeehaw, Elvis Presley, and Johnny Cash. Period, point blank. That's what I grew up on. I grew up on Al Green, Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, and James Brown. That every type of music was being played in my grandma and grandfather's house. There was no white music. There was no black music. It was music. It was music. It's nothing to walk up to my grandmother's house and hear Junkyard Dog being played. Nothing. My grandmother loved Elvis Presley like no other. My grandfather put on some Al Green like you wouldn't believe. We watched Hee Haw every Sunday. There wasn't a Sunday Conway Twitter wasn't on our TV. I love music. I don't care who's singing it. If it's good, I'm listening to it. So I went down there, been down there a couple of times to that very bar when black folks were living in that community, and there wasn't a problem. White folks came down there all the time. That's why that bar has been there for so long. White folks wasn't afraid to come down there and park a block up the street, which sometimes you had to, and then walk down the sidewalk to get to that bar. You see it all the time. All the other businesses that were in that community, white folks kept those bars, kept those businesses afloat with black people in that community. No problem. No problem. And then white folks is like, you know what? let's move these Somalis in here. And y'all plan it, you move black people out, y'all got to go. Even though all of these businesses are white-owned business. Every business at one point in time on Cedar Riverside, from the light on Washington all the way down Cedar Riverside, all of that was white-owned businesses. And then y'all moved the Somalian community in that area. And then what happened? Wasn't a protest. If there was a protest, the protest came from white folks not wanting to go down there anymore. That's what happened. And those white business that was down there at one time start selling the whole business and the building. So all those buildings down there start turning Somali, because they had no clientele anymore, because white folks was afraid to go down there. And one building after the other building turned over to the Somali community. And they start making schools, they start making businesses, they start making places where you daycares. But there was one business that stood up and said, we're not going anywhere. It was a corner bar. And for years, that bar held on. It tried. You ever see that cartoon where the dude is he's hanging there, and one at a time they keep lifting up his fingers, and then all of a sudden he's hanging by one, and then he's lifting up the fingers on the bar, and it's hanging on by that one pinky, and he's going down. That was the bar. The clientele was afraid to go down there. And they did everything they could to get their clientele back. It just did not work. So the Somali community was like, you're about to go bankrupt. Why don't you sell that building to us? Because you don't have any more clientele. So again, I go back, I look at this situation and go, don't blame the Somalis for what you guys did. You did this. Your people did this. Your people ran that business out of there. How are you going to take and put a group of people from a third world country who only knows war and you're going to put them next to all of these business, and you think these businesses are going to survive? Come on, man. I can't. No. I know you sit there and go, they shouldn't be so violent, Rev. Wait a second. So you pull them out of a violent situation. You put them in these camps where there's violent people. You take them and move black people out of their community, and you stick them in this community, and you expect them not to be violent? Are you crazy? Really? Oh, wait a second. I forgot the magic word. Assimilate. Nobody's going to assimilate. Look, here's the reason. Watch this. I've said this before, but y'all, apparently you didn't get it. We kind of started off talking about foundational black Americans and African American slaves descended of America, descended of slaves. African American descendant of slave, ADOS. We kind of start talking about those people, right? That's my people. And the reason those people, me, my type now, assimilated to America is because you beat the hell out of us and made us assimilate. Did you not? That I see the Hmong community flying a Hmong flag. I've seen Asian community flying an Asian flag. The reason black folks don't fly a flag, because we don't know what flag to fly. Not only did you beat us into submission to the point where we don't even know our own language, we had to learn your language. See, you can't beat people no more. So when these people come over, the Hmongs, the Asians, the Nigerians, the South Africans, when they come over with their language. They come over with their culture. You can't beat people no more. So when y'all drop these Somalians into Minneapolis, they still had their culture. They still had their language. That's the difference, people. That's the difference. So when you sit here and say, oh, they have to assimilate, no, they don't. And they won't. They won't. I just went to one of the biggest in St. Paul. I went to one of the biggest Hmong festivals I have ever seen in my life. They played the national anthem, and then they played their countries. What national, if that's what you want to call it, I don't know what you call it, but they played that in America. They didn't pray like we pray in America. They prayed in their culture. So the only reason black folks who left Africa on a boat and landed on the Atlantic or in the Gulf of New Mexico, whichever one, the only reason black folks have assimilated is because you beat it into us. I don't have a second language because you told us that we are not allowed. Same thing with the Native Americans. Y'all took those kids and put them in white schools and you cut their hair and you beat it into them. And some of them can't even speak their own language because you beat it into them. There was no assimilation. Nobody wasn't assimilating. No. Nobody's going to do that. It's just not going to happen. So this bar tried to hold on for as long as they could. They just did not have. It was a warehouse. I mean, it literally is that it was empty. It was empty. They didn't have a choice but to sell it. It was in the heart, literally. Go down there, go see for yourself. Don't take my word for it. This bar is in the heart of Little Mogadishu. White people ain't going down there. That ain't happening. They'll drive down Cedar with the windows up, trying to get out of there as fast as they possibly can, but they ain't not parking like they used to back in the day. Park a block up the street and then walk down. It's not happening. They ain't even parking in front of the place. and getting out right there and then going into the bar. That's not happening. So when these people come to Minnesota and they make up stories and they tell you guys stuff, y'all can't listen, do your research. Just don't believe this stuff. Yeah, this lady did that. I was sitting there going, that's not what happened. She's lying. That woman is telling a lie. That's not what happened. Go down there this Saturday. Go down. No, it's not closed yet. They still up and going. Go down there next Saturday and open the door and see what it's like a ghost town in there. White folks are just not going to the bar because it's literally in the heart. Listen to me. It's in the heart. Yeah, they're going to turn that into a mosque, another one in that area. They got a mosque right up the street. But this building is bigger than the little storefront mosque they got now. This is going to be big. This isn't just your average bar that you see, little restaurant storefront. That's not what this is. This is a pretty big bar. So they're going to move the mosque from down the street by the theater to this here big building. It's what they're about to do. But y'all did this to yourself. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And that's why I tell black people, I don't want to see you in the streets. I don't want to see you marching for a damn thing. They did this. Y'all clean it up. We fought it. We fought it tooth and nail. But no, nobody came and helped us. Nobody came and rescued us. Nobody came and said one word. When these people was trouncing on us, it's almost like Candace Owens. As long as Candace Owens was trouncing on the black people, nobody said a word. But the minute it started affecting white folks, oh, she crazy now. Oh, nobody want to listen to her. Candace Owens is this, and Candace Owens is that. Same thing with these here people. As long as those people was over there in Minneapolis and West St. Paul, y'all didn't say one word. You could care less. But all of a sudden, they're down in Prior Lake with 2 mosques. All of a sudden, they buying land out in Lakeville. All of a sudden, Bloomington. All of a sudden, St. Louis Park. All of a sudden, Edina. All of a sudden, Woodbury. All of a sudden, Llano Lakes. Now, y'all want them deported. Too late. Way too late. Y'all to listen to black folks in the 90s, we wouldn't be where we're at. But because you didn't care, look at where you at now. And it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. You know why it's gonna get worse? Because you got your liberal white. Look at all them white folks that was out in the cold this weekend. All them that street was full. It was full. And it was as cold. Oh my God. That's what I'm sitting there going, I can't believe y'all out in the cold like that. Protesting because of what Donald Trump is doing right now. White folks out in the street. That happened this weekend. Right down there. Matter of fact, not only did they march up Lake Street, they ended up at the Somali Mall. That's what they was marching to show solidarity. And they went in and ate. They went in and bought stuff. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And here's the thing. And Donald Trump and you guys, I hope you guys learned your lesson. Donald Trump sent ICE into here, did he not? And ICE ran around terrorizing the community. And they threw people in the back of their car, and they took them right down there to Brooklyn Park, to the FBI Center in Brooklyn Park in holding. And what did they learn when they got them there? You can't deport citizens of the United States. You just can't do it. They had to let them go. They arrested him. And the numbers look good, and you guys are going, yeah. Go, ICE, go, ICE, go, ICE. Go. And they go in the front door and then out the side door, and they go back home. Because ICE can't touch these people. I told y'all that. I told you that before they got here. I said, how in the world is Donald Trump, when Donald Trump called these people garbage and he said the things that he said, and I'm sitting there going, how do you deport American citizens? That don't make no sense to me. And then ICE came here to Minnesota. And then ICE went through the Somali community, and they grabbing all of these people, and they taking these people down there to Brooklyn Park, putting them through the system, and letting them go. And that's the part they don't tell you. They're letting these people go. They're not deporting them. They're letting them go. Y'all see them grabbing people, but you don't realize they're letting them go. So when Fox News and Alpha News and all of these other right-wing influence news or these right-wing influencers sit here and say, oh, the numbers are up. What? Really? Really? Yeah, they're taking them down there. Sure. Okay. But what happens when they get them to Brooklyn Park? Tell you what happens? I hate to break your heart. I hate to be I hate doing this. I do. They have to let them go because they are citizens of the United States. So you know what Donald Trump and ICE decided to do? And I can tell you this for a fact because I played for you the Mexican pastor who called me. I played you guys the voicemail of him asking me to help them get food and deliver food, right? I played that for you. Like I said, I don't put nothing out there. I don't tell you something that I can't prove to you is happening. I said, why? What's going on? He said, Donald Trump has turned his sights on the Mexican community. And sure enough, that's what he did. When he realized that he couldn't touch these Somalians, Donald Trump was like, I'm coming out of there with something. I'm getting a victory somewhere. When ICE realized there was nothing they can do to the Somali community, because there isn't. As much as y'all want it, as much as y'all pleading to try to get Ilhan out of here, it's just not going to happen. So the White House can tell you one thing, and they can lie to you, and y'all can believe what they're saying. But if you look at the numbers and look at what happened here in Minneapolis, here in Minnesota, I mean, I chased him around for 3 days trying to find him. I was looking for ICE. I'm going to find ICE. You didn't hear about no ICE today? Yesterday? And then Saturday they held the big, and if any place ICE would have been ready to grab some people, it would have been Saturday, because it was packed. It was packed. If any time ICE could have been somewhere and got people, it would have been Saturday. They didn't show up. Matter of fact, I don't think ICE is in town. You know why? Because the people are not down there banging pots in Brooklyn Center. Unless they moved ICE to another hotel. But I haven't heard or seen in the last couple of days. After Saturday, a couple Saturdays ago, or was it Sunday, when they had that kid, they went all the way down. They went all the way down to Chanhassen. They went all the way down to Chanhassen just to chase a dude up in a house. a Mexican. And people came out. They was giving these people blankets. They was giving them hot chocolate. They was doing everything. And ICE finally was like, they gave up and left. One of them went to the hospital. The other one came down after ICE left. That's what Donald Trump had to be demoted to. Going after the Mexican community who wasn't ready. Because they're sitting there, because he said it. He goes, Donald Trump said he was going after the Somalis. He goes, we wasn't ready for this. And that's what they was doing. They was snatching Mexicans left and right. And the reason they did that is because they realized that they could not get these Somalis out of here. They couldn't. So ICE was like, we're not leaving Minnesota empty-handed. Who can we go do next? They got a few Mexicans and a few Nigerians. That's it, pretty much. That's it. Yeah, man. It's funny and it's crazy. It's funny and it's crazy. But don't let these people fool you. Don't let them Nicki Minaj you. Don't let them. That's what I'm going to start saying from now on. That's what I'm going to start saying. Don't let people Nicki Minaj you. Y'all know what you mean. Hey, did y'all guys watch that Netflix with Dave Chappelle? If you haven't watched it, you got to watch it. You got to watch. Dave Chappelle said he's going to give us a code word. So when they infiltrate him, he's gonna say this code word, and anything after he says his code word, don't believe him. My code word is I love the Bears. So if you ever hear me say, and anybody who's been following me understand what I'm saying. If y'all ever hear me say I love the Bears, you know somebody's paying me off. Somebody got me. Don't believe anything I say after I say that. I've been bought off. Now, if someone drives a let me make sure y'all understand this. If a 2025 V8 Corvette drives up in my driveway and they say, Rev, we want to give you this, but you have to do this, this, and this. And all of a sudden, one day, y'all see me driving a Corvette. I've been taken. I've been taken. Because if somebody drives a Corvette in my driveway and tell me that I have to be like Nicki Minaj, more than likely, I'm going to be driving that Corvette. I'm going to be driving that Corvette. I'm just telling you. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I told you, I ain't got no reason to lie to you. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. I'm going to be driving the Corvette. They said, you got to do all of this here, Rev. You got to talk about your people. You got to put black men down. You got to hate on white women. Black women. You got to do all this here. I'm going to take the tease. I'm going to take the sunroof off this puppy. I'm going to be going down 169 flying. And y'all know right then and there, they got him. They got him. Wow. All it took was a Corvette? Yes. That's it. I ain't asked for money. Money. People, everybody think money makes everybody happy. Money don't make me happy like that. I ain't never tried to get rich. I know I ain't never going to be rich. Wait a minute. What did this guy say? Johnny Lee Onion. He said, you just fixed my racism. It was broken, but it's back and up running. Thank you. What is that about? Johnny Lee Onion. Let's see what Johnny Lee Onion, what is he talking about? He said, I fixed his racism. Hold on. I'm not going to let you guys go. And I don't know what this dude's talking about. What is he talking about? Oh, he's watching my. Oh, Johnny Lee Onion, Wally P 133657111. Johnny, if you want to explain, I'll be more than happy to. You know, you just fixed my racism. It was broken, Johnny. Your racism was never broken, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Hold on. Let me. Who? Hold on. You follow Dustin Grange. You follow you retweeted. Hold on, Johnny. Come on, man. Don't try me, man. You retweeted this joke. This dude. You retweeted Dusty. That's who you retweeted, and then you're gonna sit here and talk about it was broken, but it's back up and running? Come on, man. Don't. It was never broken. It was never. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to me. And you're looking for a reason to try to point the finger at somebody. You retweeted Dusty. There's no way in the world. Hold on. If you retweeted. Hold on. Hold on. I'm looking at your page right now, Johnny. I don't see him. I thought for sure. You was yeah, you retweeted Dusty, man. Hold on, because if you retweeted John Justice, if I find on your page that you retweeted John Justice, I'm looking, man. I'm looking. Because then I know for a fact your racism isn't broken. If you retweeted John Justice, I know for a fact your racism isn't broken. That's a fact, brother. Johnny Lee Onion. But you retweeted Dusty. So don't come to me talking about it was broken, but it's back up. It was never broken, brother. It was never broken. And you didn't leave it laying anywhere, and you can't turn it off. That's in the blood, man. That's blood. That's blood. That's blood, brother. I can just go on your page and see who you retweet or what you like. I do that all the time. And tell you, so I can tell you right now, your racism was never broken. It wasn't. You may thought about it for a second, but you retweeted Dustin. And if I find out you retweeted John Justice, I know for a fact your racism wasn't broken. I keep telling y'all I'm the last one you want to deal with. Because I don't have a side. I don't see myself as a Democrat, and I don't see myself as a Republican. They all get it. So if you're a Republican, sorry, but I'm not. If you're a Democrat, sorry, but I'm not. But I got a few people who are strong Republicans, and they come on my page and expect me to agree with them on certain things. There's certain things I can't agree with you. I got into it. Oh, watch this, and then I'm going to get off of this. I'm going to show you something. Hold on, I'm going to show you. So one of the things that I always go back and forth with Republicans here in Minnesota, is the lack of the will that a Republican want to come into the black community and just say something. And I said that the Republicans is always talking about guns. Not only are they always talking about guns, but they're always talking about abortion. And I say that for this reason. You talk about guns and how you want to protect people who have guns, correct? But you don't ever say anything about the black kids who are being shot and killed by these guns. But then you turn around and you use the black community and the black women in the community when it comes to abortion. You can't have it both ways. Either you're going to come into the community when they're being shot and killed. You understand? If the Republican Party needed an issue to come into the black community, then come in and let's talk about guns. Let's talk about gun violence. Let's talk about the kids that you want to try to save, because you want to try to save these black kids that are being born. Why not want to save these other black kids who are being shot and killed? That's an issue that the Republican Party can come into the black community and talk about. There's another issue that Republicans can come into the black community and talk about. Immigration. How these white liberals are just dumping people in the black community. There's another issue. Another issue that the Republican Party can come in and talk to the black community. Jobs. Help us fight to get jobs around North Minneapolis. That's another issue. Mental health, with these kids going through having to lay on the floor when they hear gunshots and feel like they're in a war zone. There's another issue that the Republican Party can come into the black community and talk to black people about. The Republican Party act like there is no issues, that they can't come in and talk about the very things that I just talked about and show people we care. Yeah, no, we care about those black kids that are getting shot, and we care about making sure these guns are not coming in the black community. We care about who's bringing, how these guns are getting into the black community. We care about these black kids not having gun safety and things of that sort. There's 4 things right there that the Republican Party can come into the black community and talk to us about. But they don't. They don't. They sit back and let their base bitch and moan because black people are voting for the Democratic Party, when Republicans never come into the community. They never come into the community. Never. And I've heard it all. Well, why should they come in there and they're not going to get any votes? That's where they're wrong. If you come in and you talk about the things that I just talked about, and you leave all the crap and the bull crap over here, sit aside, and you tell us that people like a Myron Gaines, who believes that he's a Republican, and the things that Myron Gaines say about black people, that you're not about that? Or Anton, what's that new one y'all love so much? Anton something. What is his name? Do I have that piece of paper? His name is Anton something. Thought I had his name. Well, any of these so-called black influencers on the right. because they're not doing any good for you. They're really not. But y'all love them because of the things that they say about black people. If y'all cut that crap out, then black people would listen to you. But you're so quick to go run and grab a black person, and the only thing they do is turn into a token for you. But Jesse Lee Onion, you haven't lost. Your racism isn't broken. Stop it. Stop it. It's alive and well. And that's the reason why black people don't vote for Republicans. Those are facts. Anyway, fam, I'm out of here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much. More than likely, I will see you on. Nope, I probably won't see you on Wednesday because I think my grandkids. Wait a minute. 24th. I'm trying to think when my grandkids supposed to be here. But more than likely, when Aiden get here, we'll probably come down here and we'll be talking about the Vikings a little bit when my Aiden gets here. We'll be talking about the Vikings for a little bit and all that type of stuff. Hey, but you guys be good to yourself, and moreover, be good to one another, right? Because we serve a God, a mighty God. And for those who wasn't here, who just got here, I want to say it again. I thank each and every one of you very much for what you have helped me do for these kids that did not have anything for Christmas. You should have saw their faces today. I got some more pictures. I'm gonna be posting those pictures here in a little bit. But again, thank you all so very much for what you guys have done. And you know who you are. I'm not gonna be calling out a bunch of names and stuff like that because I miss people, and then people get mad and be like, "Rev, you didn't call my name," and then I have to say I'm totally sorry. Totally my fault. I'll do better. I'll do better on the next go around. I promise. But y'all did an awesome job. I am so proud of you. And again, I appreciate you so much for what you guys done. So thank you, ma'am, and sir. With that, I was looking for her name. Where did? Because I thought we went back and forth on. I thought we went back and forth on my Twitter. I definitely was going to call her out. Well, I'll have to do it on Wednesday. I have to find her here. But I thought for sure we went back and forth on Twitter with everything. But anyway, all right, fam. I appreciate y'all. Be good to each and every one of yourselves. And also remember that we are coming up on a very, very special day. And that day is saying that we love each other. We love each other. Know that and believe that. Put a smile on your face and go outside and smile at somebody so somebody smile back at you. I'm out, fam. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. Bye now.